Hey everyone, welcome back. We have a big one today. This is a pumpkin spice cinnamon pecan cake. It's one of those really delicious and moist bundt cakes that just have this glaze on top. I just added some whipped cream in the center because whenever I have a bundt cake, I love it with vanilla ice cream or a little bit of whipped cream. So I added that in the center, and of course I have a nice hot cup of pumpkin coffee. This is so delicious. I tried a new creamer and I'll tell you guys about that later. I just can't wait to get into this cake. If you're new here, my name is Kina, and every Saturday I upload girl talk videos. This is a time for you to kick back after a long day of work or school, kick your shoes off, let your hair down, throw your bra across the room, and just get comfortable. Today we're talking about budgeting. We're talking about money. We're talking about being smart and living a stress-free, bank account filled, I'm in control of my money type of lifestyle. If you missed last week's video, I'll link it right up here. Check that out after this video. If you're a pumpkin fan, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Let's get started. Okay, I have been ready for this for a while. I've been craving pumpkin. Today we have a nice fall theme with pumpkin coffee, pumpkin cinnamon cake, our fall stuff in the background. We have full fall vibes going today. I'm gonna go ahead and cut into this. I love a bundt cake because it's so dense, but so moist. Oh, it's so satisfying. They said this was a pudding cake. And I'm like, what is a pudding cake? Just a really moist one, I'm assuming? Oh yeah, it is. I can see it. I'm gonna take a few bites of the cake and then we'll get started on today's topic. You guys grab a pen and notepad. Today is really gonna help you. It's not just, oh, I need to make a budget. We're gonna be talking about the details. It's not complicated. I'm gonna make this so simple for you. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my God, I need a moment. This is incredibly flavorful. That's the thing about bundt cakes. They look so plain. There's not a lot to them but a glaze and some powder on top, but the flavor is intense inside the cake. I have such good luck with moist cakes in my videos because I tell you, when I go other places and I get excited about cake, it's not always moist and it just kills it. Oh yeah. I'm gonna try it with the pumpkin coffee. So freaking good. Today is a good one, you guys. Everything's so perfect. That glaze sets it off. How are you guys doing today? How's the weekend been going? I hope you're all well. I hope you're all enjoying a snack with me. Oh. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw me buy this cup today. If you don't follow me, it's linked in the description below. But I took everyone to Target with me and we looked at fall home decor, and I picked up a couple of new creamers for my coffee. I got peppermint mocha and this pumpkin almond milk. Ugh. Phenomenal. Okay, I'm gonna move this over a little bit so you guys can see me. All of this information is for you guys. I hope you benefit from it. I hope you learn something, and I hope you have a lot of success with your budgeting. Okay, so we're talking about budgeting and living within your means. And I want you to know that budgeting is not about restriction, you guys. It's about creating freedom in your finances and just making sure you have control over your money. Budgeting makes you feel less stressed, it gives you confidence, and gives you the control to spend your money on the things that you really want. The first thing is the two types of budgeting. Yes, there are two types. The one that I used is called zero sum budget or zero based budget. It's when all of your income minus your expenses equals zero. So every dollar that you make has a destination, and you're the one in control of where it's allocated. And there are 4 easy steps. Number 1, list all of your net pay, all of your take-home pay after taxes for the whole month. Step 2, list all your expenses for the month. Everything from gas, groceries, your water bill, your rent, your mortgage, whatever it is. Number 3 is all of your seasonal expenses. Now, seasonal expenses are things like Christmas, birthdays, Mother's Day, seasonal things that happen throughout the year that you know you're going to be spending money on. And the 4th and last step is to subtract your monthly expenses from your income. Now, if your income is higher than your expenses after you subtracted, great, you're in good shape. So now that you have money left over, you have to decide where that leftover money is going to go. It's time to do some adjusting. So now you'll just prioritize which expense you're going to pay more on. If you're paying a minimum credit card payment and you have $200 left over, you could put $100 or $200 towards that credit card debt. You're setting yourself up for success. Now, when you're writing out your expenses, you're going to start with the main things first: food, shelter, transportation, and your clothing. Not like shopping hauls, but clothes that you have to have for work and clothes to wear on the weekends. After all of those core expenses are listed, then you're going to list what's called irregular expenses. Stuff like a car tag that's once a year. Maybe your utility bill will be higher one month in the winter and you can kind of foresee that happening. Your tires are going bad on your car, so you know that at some point this year you're going to need new tires. After the irregular expenses, then you're going to have savings, and then after savings you'll have spending money. And spending money is, like it sounds, money that you can spend eating out, going to the movies, buying new clothes, makeup, whatever. But you want to make sure that you're listing everything in order of priority. Oh my gosh, I wish I could share this with you guys. It's phenomenal. I'm going to take one more bite and get cleaned up, and then we're going to get into the fun stuff. I'm going to be showing you guys some apps that you can download, some budgeting apps that are really cool, and they're fun to use in my opinion. I said one more bite, maybe 2. We'll be right back for a lot of thoughts. Perfect. Okay, so we just talked about what to do if your income ends up being higher than your expenses. But what happens if your expenses are actually higher than what you make? Well, there's really only 2 options. You either need to increase your income or decrease your expenses. Some typical ways to decrease expenses is to eat out less, downsize your car. So maybe you have a larger car payment, you could trade it in for a cheaper car payment. If you're in a home, you could downsize and move into an apartment. Or if you don't want to do those things and you just want to increase your income, you could either get a second part-time job or a weekend job. If you have an extra bedroom, you could have a roommate move in and charge them rent, or just work extra hours at your job. But whatever you do, don't do nothing. Don't just say, oh, well, I don't make enough money and my expenses are so high. Like, it's just stressful. I'm going to put it on a credit card. Like, just don't do that, because you're just going to make life harder for yourself. You have to really look at your lifestyle, look at your income, look at your expenses, and make a decision. I either need to make more money or I need to decrease my expenses. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about some budgeting apps. Write these down, you guys, because they're really good ones. I have 4 for you. The first one is a Dave Ramsey app. It's called Everyday Dollar. I'll link these in the description below as well. The second one is Mint. The third one is Clarity of Mind. And if you're not brand new to budgeting, but you haven't really been staying on top of it and you want an app that's a little more extensive and offers more to you, NerdWallet. NerdWallet is the 4th one. Check that one out. You're welcome. Okay, now let's talk about irregular income. Irregular income is the second type of budgeting. A lot of people get paid either weekly or bi-weekly, but it's the same pay at the end of the month. Sometimes people have jobs based off of commission or other things, and they don't make the same amount of money per week, per bi-weekly, per monthly. So that's called irregular income. If you have this type of income, that's fine. You can still create a really good budget. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to list all of your income at the lowest assumed amount. So look at your income for the past 3 months and take that average of those 3 months as your assumed income. Let's just say it's $3,000, and you'll just subtract your expenses from $3,000, exactly the same way, prioritizing food, shelter, transportation, and clothing first, and do everything like we said with a zero-based budget. Another thing that I would suggest doing differently is I would put aside more money towards your irregular expenses, because your money tends to fluctuate each month. When you have a month that your income is higher, let's just say your income for 1 month was $3,400, you're going to take that $400, you're going to allocate all of those dollars to irregular expenses. This way, when you have a month where you only made $2,800, you can pull from those and have plenty of money to pay for that current month. This way you don't have to worry. There's no guessing. You just feel secure and confident. That's the whole point here. We don't want any stress. And don't forget to budget your fun money, your spending money. That's really important because we can't just work and pay bills and work and pay bills. Like, we have to have quality of life. So now we're going to talk about living below your means. So living below your means is going to look different for everyone. Young people get so excited when they first move out into their new apartment, and they feel like they have to get cable and Netflix and Hulu and Prime. They have to pay internet. They want to furnish their apartment. And all of that is really exciting, but living paycheck to paycheck is very stressful. A lot of Americans do it. And if you want to avoid that, make sure that you're living below your means. It's popular to live within your means so you have enough money, but if you live below your means, like I said, you always have more money to allocate to savings or wherever. And the last thing we're going to talk about is saving money. How much money should you save per month? That's easy. As much as you can, girl. It's so nice to look into your savings account and see that number grow. It gives you confidence and makes you feel really good. And if you were ever to lose your job or lose some of your income, maybe you get really sick and you can't go to work for a month, whatever it may be, you have a nice savings account to fall back on, so you're still able to pay your bills and you don't have to worry. That's such a good feeling, because most people, if they lose their job, they can't pay their bills for the next couple of months, because most people live paycheck to paycheck. I think a lot of people really overcomplicate budgeting. Budgeting is like such a negative term. People feel like it's restrictions. But when you really understand what it is, it's to empower you and your money for your lifestyle. How many people look at the end of the month like, oh my gosh, like, where'd my paycheck go? Where's all my money? They just have no control, no idea. Budgeting is so vital to your financial health, for your mental health, for your emotional health. Money runs the world, and it can really take a toll on you if your finances are not in order. Well, I had fun with you guys. I love doing these types of videos. If you've enjoyed it, please let me know. Don't forget, you can always follow me on Instagram and my second channel. They're both listed in the description box below. You guys have a cozy rest of your fall evening, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.